Quit faking it. My dad snapped while I was having a heart attack, but when the EMT checked my pulse, he insisted he's just trying to get out of responsibility. I never thought the words that would haunt me most would come from my own father, but that night still replays in my mind like a movie I never wanted to watch. It started right after dinner. I had just washed my plate when a heavy pressure crushed the center of my chest. At first, I thought it was just gas or stress from work, but then the pain spread like fire down my left arm. My knees buckled and I grabbed the counter to steady myself. "Dad, something's wrong," I said, breath shaky. He didn't even bother to look up from his recliner. "Quit faking it. You always do this when someone needs help," he muttered, flipping the channel like I was background noise. I tried walking toward the living room, but the pressure got tighter and the room spun. I remember calling out again, voice barely a whisper. My mom turned from the sink, eyes wide, and rushed to me immediately. "He's turning pale. Something's wrong," she said. Dad rolled his eyes. "He pulls this every time." I didn't even have the strength to argue. I slid down the wall, gripping my shirt as if holding my chest would keep it from collapsing. Mom grabbed her phone and dialed 911 while Dad kept insisting I was exaggerating. "He's 20-some. He's not having a heart attack. He just wants attention," he repeated. His voice sounded so far away. When the EMTs arrived, one knelt beside me and checked my pulse. In seconds, his calm expression disappeared. "His rhythm is unstable. We need to transport now." I thought Dad would finally understand, but instead he stepped forward like he was the authority in the room. "He's fine. If you take him, you're rewarding this behavior," he said. The EMT stared at him with disbelief. "Sir, this is life-threatening. Step aside." That was the first time anyone had stood up to him so directly. They lifted me onto the stretcher and I heard Mom's voice cracking as she begged Dad to move. Inside the ambulance, one EMT kept talking to me, telling me my job was just to breathe. I tried, but every inhale felt like swallowing lightning. I could hear faint sirens, but my father's words kept echoing louder than all of it. "Quit faking. Get out of responsibility. He's fine." It hurt in a way the heart attack didn't. When we reached the hospital, they rushed me into emergency care. Machines beeped around me. Nurses moved fast, and I could hear doctors calling out numbers I didn't understand. Someone said I needed medication immediately. Someone else said they were prepping equipment in case my heart stopped. After things stabilized, Mom sat beside my bed holding my hand. Dad stood near the door, stiff and silent like he wasn't sure if he belonged there. When the doctor explained that I had a severe coronary artery spasm, and that if we arrived even 10 minutes later I could have gone into cardiac arrest, Mom broke down crying. Dad looked at the floor, hands in his pockets, not saying a word. I waited for him to admit he was wrong or at least show something. Fear, regret, anything, but he stayed frozen. When the doctor left, Mom stepped out to call my sister, leaving me and Dad alone. The silence felt heavier than the pain that brought me there. Dad finally walked closer to my bed. My heart rate picked up, thinking maybe, just maybe, he would apologize. But he just said, "Next time don't be dramatic, say it straight." I stared at him, stunned, feeling something inside me quietly break. The machine next to me beeped softly, steady, unlike the shaking I felt inside. I realized then that surviving the heart attack wasn't the hardest part. It was understanding the truth I'd been avoiding for years. Some people only see what they want to see, even if it kills the person standing right in front of them. And that night, part of me stopped trying to be someone he'd finally believe because he said,